Hello YouTube. So I'm going to take a little break from the ANCAPs for a while, let them cool their jets since they're a bit pissed off that I completely turned the tables on them. But in the meantime, let's focus on other avenues, such as this geek hipster dipshit I found by accident on YouTube. And let's see if we can tear him a new asshole. Okay? Okay.
Anti-Semitism is not the focus of today. Anti-Semitism.
Oh, you know you're off to a good start when you can't even pronounce anti-Semitism right.
Beyond that, diversity has always been something the X-Men excelled at. There are characters of many nationalities, sexualities, and creeds, meaning that just about any kid who picked up a comic for a couple bucks could find someone they relate to and use it to better understand themselves with. However,
oh yeah, it's so diverse. In fact, why don't we get rid of all these evil white men in the cast and make the X-Men solely about minorities? Oh wait, those comics suck. But seriously, why does the character have to be the same race as you in order for it to be relatable? Wouldn't you first look at it if they shared the same struggles or had a similar upbringing or shared the same beliefs? But nope, you don't. You jump straight to the racial diversity card, bitch.
Just as the X-Men paralleled nerd culture in 1963, so does it now in 2017.
No. There you go again, misrepresenting an intellectual property to suit your own ego and confirmation bias. No! The X-Men was, and I repeat, was meant to draw parallels to the real, deep-seated racial tensions at the time. You know, the entirety of the Civil Rights Movement, a movement in which African Americans fought for the right to vote and equal rights and were beaten, tortured, killed, and fired upon, all so they could be treated with some sense of dignity or respect. Because that's what the writers were going for when making the first issue of X-Men. Not some stupid punching up fantasy for easily triggered, soft soy boy cuck shits like you, who wouldn't be in the Birmingham marches because you'd be hiding under your bed worried about the meanies. Yet you had the fucking gall to compare that to simple bullying for being the nerdy kid to risking having the cops club you to death for using the wrong drinking fountain. Well, guess what, fuckface? Getting a wedgie or called a fatso is not the same thing as getting fucking lynched!
To the nerds that write these comics, nerds no longer truly exist. And the nerds that do exist are grizzled veterans.
Good riddance. The baby boomer generation fucked up everything. No need to explain.
To some extent, these newer comics are about how the dissemination of deliberately alternative media can hurt the initially seclusive product.
Vigilance is required as a result of a hostile infiltrator. The employee of an organization or government with goals contrary to our own, typically affiliated with the effect of light with a wavelength between 610 and 780 nanometers, penetrated this fortress's defenses, possibly to obtain secret information or intelligence.
Forsooth, an agent adorned with the primary color at one extreme end of the visible spectrum has pierced our fortified installation.
That still do exist are grizzled veterans. Nobody is truly an outcast nerd or dork for liking alternative media anymore, so there's not a lot of need for the X-Men anymore.
Oh no, my interests are becoming actually popular. Someone help me stop this evil capitalist patriarchy and stop me from being an outcast so I can continue playing the victim for the sake of my own ego. Wah!
My Hero Academia, when juxtaposed against the X-Men, holds the alternative idea and viewpoint where if everyone has nerdy interests and hobbies, nobody is truly a nerd, or being a nerd is nothing of note.
I have to be frank here, you are reaching way too much for the sake of your own narrative. But yeah, and what's wrong with that? Oh, that's right.
Often prominent nerds are nearly hero worshipped, just like the heroes within My Hero Academia.
If you have such a problem with being called a geek or an otaku, why are you so adamant with using the label? Kinda hypocritical. Oh, that's right, it's just to denote your in-group, because me in in-group, good, out-group, bad. Strong male's bad! Conservatives bad! Blah!
These nerds like Gabe Newell, Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates are worshipped and immortalized to the point of absolute absurdity.
I can actually agree with you on that point. Well, nice job using My Hero Academia as a way to soapbox your victim complex. This is exactly what I hate about these self-styled geeks and the modern progressive left in general. But let's be honest, they both pretty much are the same thing. They hold a clear disdain for meritocracy and personal responsibility. Instead opting to play the victim and always looking for any way about how they can look unjustly oppressed, even though they all personally lead predominantly pushy, middle, and upper middle class and upper class lives. Working class geeks don't exist for a reason, people. It was because these so-called geeks have to be the most spoiled, self-righteous, autistic, cliquish assholes that you never want to meet in person, and any criticism thrown their way is warranted. My advice, learn some self-respect, nerd!
Well, everybody's heard about the bird.